Hello, this is Desiree with your weekly microdose of hypnosis. And as we're now in Earth Month, I thought it would be a good time to ground into and show reverence for the natural world. And I'll never forget this comical moment in my first hypnosis session, where the hypnotist asked me if there was a place in nature that I found peaceful. And my immediate response was Williamsburg, Brooklyn, sitting on the rocks on the East River facing the city on the other side. And the hypnotist's reply was, "Wow, you really are a New Yorker, huh?" And we both laughed. And in that moment, I realized that that was my only really accessible feeling of being in nature, because I could look out onto the surface of the water. And even though the city was right across the river, looking majestic and beautiful as always, there was nobody in front of me. And honestly, I didn't even know if anybody was next to me or behind me because I felt really safe there, sitting on those rocks. But that first hypnosis session, which was in 2015, also alerted me to the fact that I love nature, and yet it wasn't a part of my life. And shortly thereafter, I would completely rearrange my life in order to be closer to nature. And I only tell this story because even if you are a little bit nature-starved like I was, there is still a place for you locally to get a feeling of connection like I did on those rocks on the East River. This week's microdose is an opportunity to ground into the land that you reside on. And it's a really beautiful ritual, so I hope that you'll come back to this as often as you like, even when you're in new environments, when traveling, or if you move, because it's a great way to connect with the land. And the inspiration for this was divined by bibliomancy. When I was looking for inspiration, I flipped through the book Everyday Witchcraft by Deborah Blake, and I found a ritual that planted this idea. As always, this is a voice note for your subconscious mind, so please only listen to this when you're able to allow yourself the time and space to be completely relaxed for just a few minutes of your day. And with that, you may close your eyes and take in a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, allow your body to fully surrender to the force of gravity that pulls it down to the earth, which allows you to sink comfortably into the surface that you rest upon. And as you sink more heavily and begin to relax more deeply into this experience, you may find that part of you can feel heavy like this. And at the same time, another part of you feels light and airy. And that's the differentiation between body and spirit. Your earthly body rests and relaxes, and in doing so allows your spirit to soar freely, just like when you're dreaming, except you're awake and aware, and you're allowing for this magic to happen. And when it does, you find that your body feels comfortably heavy on that surface beneath it, while your spirit transports your imagination now to explore the land upon which you currently reside. Perhaps you can imagine a topographical view of this area, or maybe you see pictures of different structures or landmarks. Maybe you imagine a map. Whatever you imagine is right. And notice the relics of nature and earth that inhabit this place. The rocks and minerals, ancient geological wonders, the plant life, the animals that call this place home, perhaps bodies of water, as your spirit now chooses a natural setting somewhere locally here on this land to do this ritual. So allow for your spirit to speak to your imagination and bring you to this place now. And once you're there, to begin the ritual in this environment, imagine yourself with your hands touching or interacting with a relic of this environment in some way, whether that's by picking up a rock, or touching a tree or leaf or flower, or by putting your hands onto the earth itself or into water. Use your imagination and just immerse yourself into this environment and attune to it by choosing one relic of earth to connect with now. And no matter what kind of place this is, there is an abundance here. Nature, if anything, is an abundance of potential and ceaseless power. It is unconditional, and as is the nature of the universe, it is unconditional love. Nature will always have the final word. There is so much power here, even if it's not obvious, like the East River was for me. So as you immerse yourself into this place, just feel and sense into the powerful energies contained within this relic of earth that you chose, this piece of planet, and the ways in which it connects you to the earth as a whole, and how the earth nurtures and sustains and supports your life in every imaginable way, both magical and mundane. And sense and feel and imagine these powerful energies seeping into you through your earthly body, the meeting place for earth and spirit, through the very hand that touches the relic you chose, and coursing through the rest of your body now, allowing its energy to flow and circulate through your being. And as it melds and combines and incorporates with your own capacity for love and renewal and passion for protecting the earth, protects you as well as all dwellers of earth. And just allow for this energy and power to grow and amplify as you take in the terrain of the landscape around you. And now imagine other types of landscapes, of other lands, other types of terrain, the different earthscapes and ecosystems and environments that exist across this planet, many of which need healing and protection, like the oceans, deserts, rainforests, or even small communities that don't have access to clean water, or are polluted by waste from industrial factories or landfills, places impacted by devastating storms or drought or climate change. So intuitively choose a place on earth now that you know in your heart of hearts could use your healing and protection. And now as you think of the land around you, the land upon which you reside and the relics of nature that inhabit it, and its energies of power and strength and transformation that you've already experienced, you also hold in your mind and heart this other land that you wish to protect, and conjure up all the feelings and energies of protection. And imagine these energies now coursing through you, circulating and amplifying, all accumulating within you now, your heart, mind, and spirit. And imagine just sending out these powers and energies of protection to the land that you chose. And perhaps they manifest as an energetic shield of protection over this land, or an iridescent orb or arc, or a protective cloud in the atmosphere, a cloud that perhaps rains down healing light, or even an imaginary wall surrounding it, all in the highest and best good of this land and any people and animals who may dwell here. And now bring yourself back in your mind to the environment that you chose to place yourself in to begin this ritual. And just ground yourself back into this environment, the land that you reside upon, sending love down into the earth beneath you and giving love and gratitude to the earth for the magic that you just shared. With this ritual now complete, you can begin to become aware of gravity once again, as you sense back into the surface that you rest upon and get ready to return to your day, maintaining this sense of connection to the land upon which you reside and the natural world as a whole. As you take in a deep breath and open your eyes now to your beautiful life. Welcome back. Have a wonderful week.